In the windswept plains of Kansas in 1849, the Bender family settled along a dusty trail that carried weary travelers westward. Their small inn, no larger than a barn, sat quietly by the roadside, offering a warm meal, a place to rest, and, as they claimed, the chance for spiritual guidance. Kate Bender, the daughter of the household, was no ordinary hostess. She advertised herself as a psychic and spiritual medium, someone who could peer into the veil between the living and the dead. To the grieving, the lonely, and the superstitious, her gifts were irresistible. Yet beneath her serene smile and soft-spoken readings lay something far darker. For Kate's psychic powers were not meant to heal souls. They were meant to lure victims. Travelers spoke of her beauty, her soft voice, and her unshakable confidence in speaking to the beyond. She would sit with guests in dim candlelight, placing her hands gently on theirs, whispering visions of departed loved ones or warning of misfortunes yet to come. Many left coins or trinkets as payment for her services, but some, the ones who carried heavy purses or spoke of farms and fortunes, never left at all. To the Benders, their roadside inn was more than a business. It was a hunting ground, carefully disguised by the promise of food, rest, and mysticism. The murders followed a methodical pattern. Guests who sat at Kate's seance table would find themselves directly positioned near a canvas curtain that separated the dining area from the back. Behind it, John Bender Sr. or his son waited silently with a hammer. As Kate spoke of fate and destiny, the victim's attention locked on her gaze. A swift strike to the skull ended the session abruptly. Their bodies were dragged through a trapdoor beneath the floorboards, stripped of valuables, and buried in the orchard behind the inn. It was a gruesome routine, perfected with unsettling precision, repeated again and again under the cloak of hospitality. At first, no one noticed. In a land where travelers often vanished due to illness, bandits, or the hardships of the road, missing persons raised little suspicion. Letters went unanswered, loved ones never returned, and the plains swallowed their stories whole. But by 1850, rumors began to spread. Wagons had been seen pulling into the Bender Inn, but not leaving. Farmers whispered of strange smells near the property. A few survivors recalled feeling uneasy during Kate's seances. Her cold stare, her probing questions about their wealth, her insistence that some guests stay overnight rather than continue their journey. Unease turned to suspicion, and suspicion turned to investigation. The grim truth unraveled when neighbors, alarmed by the growing number of disappearances, rode together to confront the Benders. They arrived to find the inn abandoned. The family had vanished, leaving behind only the walls of their murder house. As investigators pried open the floorboards, the stench confirmed their worst fears. Beneath the building lay a makeshift burial site, stained with blood and lined with shallow graves. In the orchard, bodies were discovered in rows, their skulls caved in by blunt force. Among them were children, families, and lone travelers, all victims of the same sinister hospitality. Word of the bloody Benders spread across the nation. Newspapers called Kate a witch, a seductress, a demon cloaked in beauty and false visions. Her claim of psychic ability was reframed as evidence of her wickedness, a tool she used to hypnotize and ensnare her prey. Yet her true motives were far simpler: greed and survival. Each seance, each whispered prediction of death or fortune, was designed to soften her victims and to measure their worth. She was not speaking to the dead, she was selecting the next. The mystery of the Benders only deepened with their disappearance. Posses scoured the countryside, convinced they would find the family hiding in nearby towns or attempting to blend into the flood of westward settlers. Rewards were posted, sightings reported, but none confirmed. Some swore the family was executed in secret by vigilantes unwilling to risk a trial. Others believed they escaped westward, their names changed, their trail cold. Kate herself became the subject of folklore, a figure of dread in ghost stories told around campfires, the psychic who read your future only to cut it short. Even today, The tale of Kate Bender stands as one of the most chilling chapters of frontier history. She was not the healer she pretended to be, but the smiling face of a family of predators who used charm, faith, and fear as their weapons. Their little inn on the Kansas plains was not a refuge. It was a slaughterhouse disguised as sanctuary. And though the Benders vanished into history, their story remains, a reminder that sometimes the most welcoming faces conceal the darkest intentions. If you found this story chilling, don't let it fade into the forgotten past. Hit the like button to help us uncover more dark histories. Share this video with those who think the frontier was only about hope and freedom. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next tale of deception and death. Your support keeps these sinister stories alive. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most welcoming door hides the darkest secrets.